which is how we met.
Yeah.
So what was it, 7 years ago, 6 years ago?
Oh, it was a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did, and
I was
your work
working
is incredible.
Thank you. I'm trying
Who
every day.
were you working for at the time?
At that point, I had already branched off and started doing my own thing. I was doing a private studio situation before I opened my first shop, and that's how we met, through one of my clients. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it from that aspect.
Yeah. And are you a part of a lot of events or conventions? Do you travel a lot for work?
I do travel a lot for work. I've been traveling a lot this year. This year has been the most I've traveled. I have a job always lined up. Like, I always do conventions left and right. I have a regular guest spot in Pennsylvania, which I go out to a lot for work as well. It's pretty much my second home. I've gone to California, New York. In the last 6 years alone, I've done New York, California, Seattle. Just a lot of places.
What part of California?
Lancaster. So it's the desert.
We might not come home, guys.
Yeah, let's go on an ayahuasca trip and let's see what happens.
If I woke up and I was here, I don't know what I would think. I might be really scared though. No, it's awesome. It's a big person's playground.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, especially for those who are into this type of thing. And who is the owner?
The owner of this shop is Bobby Badfellow. He's pretty much a South Florida staple, along with other artists here, Leif Bolton, Megan Shader, Tyler Kirsten, TK. And Tilo recently joined this team as well. Tony Logan. He's a very big name in the traditional tattooing game. And we've had a lot of other artists come in and out. Matter of fact, that's how I met my friends in Pennsylvania, which is like my second home, like I said. Bobby Lane and Gan TV. They started off down here as well, and they opened their own shop over in Pennsylvania, and it worked out beautifully. Like they have a nice little shop up there.
So did everybody just kind of become connected and kind
well,
of
that's the beauty thing. That's the beautiful thing about tattooing. Like, it's a very big community, but it's very close knit. So kind of everybody knows everybody. Like, there's artists that I had no idea that knew me over in, where was it that I recently found out that I was like, what? The Bahamas. I have clients in the Bahamas. That's, I guess, why they know me. But like in Texas, they know me, stuff like that. So we all are interconnected. I met one of my idols in Philadelphia when I went to the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention, Dave Tevenall, and he was just like, yeah, I kind of know you. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Awesome.
What does that feel like when somebody that you idolize that much knows of your work?
It's surreal. Mm-hmm. Like, we went out there, I've now slowed down and almost quit since then, but I was having a cigarette with my client, and I was like, is that Dave Tevenall? And I go, Dave? And I looked over, and he had that, like, I think I know you. And then we talked for a second, and he's like, yeah, definitely. We've been following each other for years. I like your work. Wow. And I was like, holy shit. Wow, this is insane. And then
what an honor.
I met Chris Messi, which is another pop culture tattoo artist, and he also knew me too. It was like kind of like weird. He's in Jersey, so that was like really weird for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
A shout out to him.
Yeah, Chris Messi and Dave Tevenall. Battle Mage Dave. Battle Damage Mage. Battle Damage Dave. There you go. Or Dave Tattoos. So, but yeah, it's kind of surreal. Like I said, the tattooing community is very close knit, but it's very vast. And it's kind of surreal whenever I find out that other artists and other shops know me. And it's like, wow, okay, cool. I guess I have made it to a certain extent.
It's amazing that you're just a humble guy and that you always have been, and that you're just very kind and considerate to your clients, and you don't talk up this big game that you're this big. I mean, you are very well known in the tattoo industry, and your work is amazing, but you're always kind, you're always humble, you're always just.
Well, you have to be. I mean, I've seen artists with big egos, and I'm just like, all right, cool, man. Like, yeah, your work's good, but
where does that get you?
Your personality's not.
You want a lollipop or something? It's like,
I think that goes back to what one of my mentors told me. He's like, the only way you get good and the only way you proceed to get better is keep your nose down, keep tattooing, mind your business, and just do what you got to do.
That's a powerful statement.
So that's what I've been doing in the game. That's all it is.
And that statement could really go out to anybody in any field or in any life experience that they're going through. Is just like, instead of pointing fingers and like people like to do in society, who's best, who's not. It's like, well, you know, if this person doesn't know as much as you, why not just help them and show them and teach them something that could better their skills or whatever talents or whatever they're trying to accomplish. And
well, that's the thing, like I said, in this industry and mostly anything, it's just, you're not going to get far if you are too busy with the hype. And that's another statement I heard recently, well, not recently, but like a couple years back, which was, don't believe your own hype. There's always somebody.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Good song.
Just keep your nose down, keep working, and you'll get where you need to get.
Into that high five. And on that note, I think it's tea time.
Tea time?
I don't know how you're feeling, but we have some Lotus in the house that wants to make itself known.
All right, so
and we're gonna have some of this. It's a white tea we are princesses today because we're glamorous, and you know, you're Sleeping Beauty, and you just woke up.
Yeah, you caught me on a nap.
Here you go.
Thank you.
This is a white tea,
It's
chamomile
warm.
with raspberry. It is a little bit warm.
That smells
Cheers.
nice. Yep. And up and over, and cheers.
Yes. To kindness.
It's not warm, that's hot. But good.
It's warm and hot. It's on the warm side.
Yeah.
Might have burned your tongue a little.
Is this thing on like
I'm sure it
right
woke you
now?
up.
Yeah, it did.
Breathing a little bit better. And where do you see yourself maybe in the next 3 to 5 years?
Wow, that's
going with maybe tattooing or?
definitely tattooing. I mean, I have my hand in a lot of different things right now. I am designing clothing, toys, like stickers, merchandising stuff, and I am tattooing full time. So I mean, it is part of the game. Like, I'm an artist overall. So being an artist, you have to have different facets to make money and to get your name out there. You can't just be stuck on one thing.
Of course.
I'm also a musician, which I just got in touch with recently again. I stopped playing music for, it's been almost 13 years.
Wow.
I lost myself in everything else that's going on in my life.
So it's coming back now. Like,
It's
you
all
feel
coming
like
back.
the energy's shifted? Like there's something new
You know,
that has brought it out of you again?
It's weird because I was in a situation for a long time, and I locked myself in on that situation. And it was just when I was coming back into tattoo, or when I was coming into tattooing, and you know, trying to my adult life really, finding myself. And I gave up on a lot of things. Where now I look back and like, why did I give up on this?
Of course.
You know.
Yeah.
So recently I just started doing vocals for a band in South Florida.
Ah, nice. What is the band called?
We don't have a name fully yet.
Okay.
We are between two different things, which is Marsh and Swampland.
Ooh, I like Swampland. I'm actually familiar, and I work alongside with these place called Swamp City Art Gallery Lounge. Shout out to
cool.
them in Gainesville, and they sell CBD products and all types of smoke, water pipes, and everything you can think of. A lot of art, beautiful art pieces, local art in that area. So if you're ever in Gainesville, you should definitely.
Actually, I go around that area, St. Petersburg, Gainesville, and all that stuff. Not quite often, but I go at least once a year and make an appearance at shops or whatever the case may be. And I also like going to the Dali Museum, which is in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Very nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I performed a little bit in St. Petersburg as well, and St. Augustine.
True.
But,
That's
yeah.
right, you're a musician too. You've been doing music since I first met you.
I mean, I've been singing since I was 6, writing since I was 9, and performing mostly all of my life.
Yeah.
But I love music, and we love art, and that's why we're here right now talking and connecting. It's just artists connect, but everybody is an artist. They're just unaware of it. A chef is an artist, you know, a doctor
So
is an artist.
there's a
so
fun
many
little
different
saying,
forms of art.
which is art is like anything else. The only way to get good at it is by training yourself to be good at it. You know, and there's always people that are like, oh, I just don't know how to draw. It's like, no, you just haven't had the time to go ahead and sit down and practice.
Yeah.
Music's a little different. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you can't sing, you can't sing.
Yeah.
But if you...
I mean, you can work on your voice a bit,
Yeah.
but you can tweak it here and there.
But like the music thing, like I said, it's new again. It's invigorating.
I feel that energy. I sense that new creative flow within you.
Yeah, I'm in a different place now. I mean, for a very long time, like I said, I lost myself, and I lost myself in a very bad way, where it was just work, and then nothing in between. And then
and
I started.
you have to have you time.
Yeah.
That music is your balance. That's your therapy. That's your coping. That's your alignment and awakening. And like, when you come into work, you're like,
Yeah.
like I can, like I'm ready to do this,
Yeah.
because you release so much when you do that.
Yep. And I've gone through a lot of these. This last year alone, like from last June to now, it's been a crazy little roller coaster ride. So it's been a lot of emotional baggage that's been dropped and then gained and then just evolution.
I know how that goes.
Evolution.
Yeah.
So, and then the music outlet now is actually pretty cool. And then I just went through something traumatic recently, so it's kind of like, all right, yeah, this is cool. Well, a lot of traumatic stuff recently, but this is all good.
Yeah.
And this is a good outlet to do it. So
That's wonderful. I can definitely relate to the traumatic experiences, but the beauty of those experiences is that it rebuilds, reshapes us in every way. It's like, if that wouldn't have happened, then our mind wouldn't have evolved, or our physical body and mind wouldn't evolve in a certain aspect. Because even I realized it, that I had a few setbacks this year that's like, okay, I'd love to be in California. I could be in California, but those things were happen. But the universe told me that I had to accomplish some things and get things done here prior to being able to go to the West Coast. So it's
Exactly.
like, even though we wanted at this very given moment at that time, we need to learn things before getting to that moment. So
Exactly.
I think is at the time it might not seem like it should have happened, but then later on you go back and look at it like, wow, I wouldn't have known this or that if that wouldn't have happened.
well, you saying that it perfectly makes sense. Like, something that I realized recently is not everything's on your time.
Yeah.
The universe has something completely different for you right
Yeah.
now. You got to figure things out first, and then everything will go ahead and align.
Exactly.
If it's meant to be. And that's the other thing too. Like, not everything's for you. Some things might be there for a season, and then might not be there. Some things are permanent. Some things aren't. You know, people come in and out of your life, just like situations come in and out of your life. You have no idea.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Definitely, thank you. And keeping your mind open to the possibilities of things changing in different directions.
Yeah.
Whether you feel at the time it's negative or positive, it's going to work out in your favor. And there's a little saying, if you don't like it, you better learn to love it.
Yeah. Well, you know this because we know each other on a personal level outside of the show and tattoos, but like, I'm a Leo. So
Yeah.
I always want to be in control. I
We're
always
fire
wanna-
signs. I'm a Sagittarius,
Exactly.
so we know.
We always want to be in control, and then you realize it ain't gonna work out sometimes like that. You just kind of like gotta go with what it is and call it a day. So
Yeah, and Bruce says, and that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Exactly.
And now I'm ready for my cookie and my milk, so.
Yeah.
Great. But no, thank you so much for just sitting here with us today and being here and taking the time to share your personal experiences, your life experiences, your tattooing experiences overall. I really appreciate it. I know you're a very busy person, and I'm just grateful that you are here to speak with all of us on Lotus Rising today.
no worries. I'll do it again if you guys ever need it or want it. I'll be here. Yeah. No. Thanks for having me.
Thank
and thanks
you.
for listening.
And tell our viewers where they can find you on social media or email or wherever they can contact you.
Social media plug is Instagram. You can find me on @XORART, Zorart, or Facebook. You can find me by my name, Xavier Reiche, Reiche. What else? I don't really have any other social media platforms. You can email me or book me through XORARTbookings@gmail.com, and you can make your appointments or consultations through there. I do check that sparingly, like twice a week. I'll check everybody because I get so many emails, so many texts.
So if they wanted to book with you, they would email you?
Email me
directly?
first, or you can come to the shop. If I'm down here in Florida, which I'm always down here in Florida, you'll find me at Badfellow Tattoo. You can come into the shop. You can set up an appointment there, or if I'm traveling and I'm up north, I'm in Pennsylvania at Cross Cannons Tattoos in Gettysburg, and you can come in and set up an appointment through there. If I'm anywhere, you can pretty much find me through my social media, so you can see where I'm at any given point in time. So.
Awesome, wonderful. Well, thank you guys for all tuning in to us today on Lotus Rising. We thank Xavier for being here with us, and cheers to healing and art
Cheers.
and creating and being kind to people, because we know we need more of that in our lives,
Yeah.
right? Thank you guys. Join us next time.
Bye.